don't even want to hear it.
That's what Roddy Ricch sound like.
That's Roddy Ricch. Yeah, it's Roddy Ricch. It's Young Thug Jr., bro.
That's like all of that Atlanta stuff. It's just they all sound like Future and Young Thug. But they are the fathers of the generation. Yeah, they're the OGs. Roddy Ricch is from Compton, though.
Well, that's because that's how far their outreach is, bro. Like,
no, because he was born in Atlanta and then moved to Compton, I think.
At what age? Like, he still got definitely probably been in California longer than he was in Atlanta.
No, yeah, I don't know. He's been in Compton for like his entire life. I just think he like moved out there when he was like, what, 5?
Oh, I sent that picture. I sent that picture to Terrell.
What picture?
No, the one for Florida Sound. Sam laughing at it. He said, "Who picked these?"
I like that picture. I like the picture you have.
Why is mine not cool, bro? I fuck with my picture.
I think Sebastian's is the best one.
All right, 3, 2, 1. We are live. Welcome to the Florida Sound. This is your host Terrell. I'm here with our other hosts, Danny and Sebastian. Antonio is away for today. He's at a little family gathering. He'll be back next podcast. How's everybody doing? We haven't heard from you since last week. A bunch of new stuff is going on. Anything you guys want to say to the fans before we get started, guys?
You can go ahead first, Danny.
I don't know, nothing much. Let's just talk about what we need to talk about.
Let's just roll.
I ain't been here in 2 weeks. I just want to say the hiatus is over. I'm back with the mildly spicy takes for everybody.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Hey.
That's beautiful.
We got the little vegan drip sauce back. All right.
Shouts out Waka Flocka for being the realest vegan rapper out there.
Speaking of Waka Flocka, shit, Waka Flocka dropped the fuck. I'm glad you brought Waka Flocka up. I know you did that shit randomly. Waka Flocka just brought up.
No, I didn't. Because don't play with me. I saw the topics. Come on.
Oh,
I'm prepared.
So Waka Flocka dropped the fucking. I think it was like an EDM white kid smashed the ceiling, roof, floor, whatever you want to call it in type of track. It was that type.
He dropped the whole project.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was that type of
hype. I haven't listened to it though, so I can't even speak on
that's
it.
exactly what it was. It was you walk into like the 3rd floor of a New York building and a million white kids are jumping up and down trying to break the floor. And yeah, it was that type of music. It wasn't.
I mean, he know his crowd. He know what to appeal to. He's gonna make his money. Like, go get your bag. Can you feel me?
Yeah, no, I support it. It was good. It was good for that type of music. Like, if I went to a party for that setting, I'd be happy to.
I thought Walker had retired. Yeah. Walker didn't retire. He didn't say he was done with music.
I think he was stepping away for a little bit. I don't know if he said he retired like all the way.
I mean, Jay-Z retired and drops an album 3 years later. So it don't really matter when a rapper says they retired.
Yeah, everybody says they're done with music.
Speaking about retiring, that's Uzi right there. Y'all seen any of the Uzi stuff with what's happening with his
I don't think he's retiring either.
I don't think he's retiring either. I just think a lot of, especially Uzi fans, because we know the demographic that Uzi has, they don't understand that Lil Uzi is not a SoundCloud rapper anymore. He's not like, I'm posting just my songs to SoundCloud and Audio Mac and shit like that. Like, he's having label problems. Like, the label's not giving him a date, meaning that it's not his fault.
Well, that's why his project hasn't, like, there's no, like, set date for it and anything, so.
I feel that's why he dropped that big-ass project with, I forgot how many songs in it. I feel like he was just saying a big fuck you. Like, I feel like he got a quota to meet, some shit like that. Shit wasn't going his way.
I mean, he want to make his money, you feel me? Like,
yeah.
But that's a problem. These labels, bro, they be taking advantage of these cats.
I mean,
independent,
obviously.
Man.
Yeah,
that's tough, though. That's hard.
No, but if you think about it, it's hard. For sure.
It is hard. We independent. This shit not easy.
But if you look at a lot of the most successful people in the game right now, yeah, they do have, a lot of people do have that major label, but if you look at Cole, what Cole's doing right now, he made Dreamville before he even blew up. Kendrick and Top
Yeah,
Dog
but that's not what blew
Entertainment.
him up. But he
No,
didn't
I'm
blow
not saying
up
it's to
under
blow him
Dreamville.
up, but yeah, I'm not saying. And Lil Uzi doesn't need to blow up.
And
under
Kendrick
anything 'cause he's
Kendrick
already
really
blown
got
up
big
too.
after Aftermath.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, I know.
Nah, but I think he's saying is like they created their own.
They
like,
have something.
This is my shit.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna blow
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, they have something. A lot of these artists need something. They need a collective like that to help them, in my opinion, because
I mean, but
that gives them
if you- I
leverage.
feel like
against
that's
the
what TDE. That's what TDE and like Dreamville. That's what they do though. Like they help other artists.
yeah,
They
no,
help
that's
like
the
smaller
point.
artists and shit.
And it's not just small. It's they help their artists because they
do,
have
yeah.
enough resources. Like everyone on TDE is gonna eat, even if you haven't heard of every single member. Every single person on TDE gets taken care of. It's just they know the business and that's what they're there for. So I think rappers need to start looking at as like you can't rely on the major label for everything, and that's I think is what's happening. That even with the rappers that we like, that aren't that popular yet, we brought them up before like Smino and Saba and No Name. They have their own label.
I mean,
has zero
he's
fatigue.
getting up there though.
Yeah, he's getting up there. He got called to the J. Cole to the Revenge of the Dreamers sessions. Like they're
Oh yeah, I saw that.
yeah. So that's gonna go crazy too.
Yo,
Speaking,
I don't want to say it because it's premature, but Revenge of the Dreamers is about to be the best album of 2019.
Oh,
It's gonna be up there
way
for
too
album
early
of the decade.
Yeah,
Who's
It's,
working on
it's just everybody. Vince
there's
Staples.
so many people. Oh my
Like
god.
anybody you can imagine, like drop a name and I'll say yes.
Sean,
Like that.
Other than like Kendrick.
No, Big Sean is garbage. He's not gonna get invited anyway.
we're not gonna start this blasphemy. We had a nice podcast.
Yeah, we had a nice podcast.
We had a nice episode.
Alright, no cap. I listened to a Sean album today, and I was like, damn, this shit's still corny.
Fuck, I hate that. We're not going to turn this episode into a Big Sean episode.
No, we're not. We're gonna move
We're
on.
not. Yeah,
But going back to TDE, I feel like if you walk into a TDE studio house, every fucking person has bangers, and they all got people working together. It's a small house. You gotta stick with fam. You can't be relying on fucking corporate. You think corporate give a fuck about you? No, they care about money.
exactly. And that's what the Dreamville sessions are. It's just all of them getting together, making fire. There's like a couple of rooms, like what I've read, and they just go in there. They make stupid tracks, like Reason from TDE. He dropped his first project last year.
It's not even just them. It's all the producers that they got working there too. Like not just the rappers.
All right, before we go like any farther in, let's talk this off like in the beginning, so we don't have to talk about this nigga no more. So we talked about him on the last show, but all the episodes are finally done now. So I feel like we can finally get everybody's attention and help people realize some things. So the first thing I'm gonna say is R. Kelly has been canceled for a very long time already. R. Kelly's been canceled in the black community for God knows how long. See, the thing with R. Kelly is that a lot of men won't speak on because they're in a position where they have a lot to lose. I mean, if I was making millions and I had deals, I wouldn't speak on this too much either, but who the fuck am I? I don't care. So, R. Kelly has been doing what niggas, and when I say niggas, I mean men, have been doing for a very long time. What R. Kelly's problem was R. Kelly has a mental problem. There's some stuff in his past that we don't know about that he needs to deal with and that he needs help with. That's no excuse to a grown man messing with little girls. That's what the community canceled him for. Well, we've already known this because he went to trial for this multiple times. So this isn't something new. That show, I would say the 70% of the beginning of that show up to like the end of episode 4, beginning of 5 and 6 was all about the little girls and the troubles that he caused in that community and their families. That was horrible. But watching that, I can also see that a part of the reason why that episode came out the series came out, it wasn't much for trying to cancel him. To be honest, it looked like a cover, like, hey, we're gonna throw all the blame on him and we're gonna say what we did wrong and slide out of the public's eye and ask for forgiveness. It's kind of hard for me to sit there and watch the show knowing that, like, you let your niece go near this man. You knew who he was. Why are you now saying you feel sorry for it? Why are you only crying or you only feel bad when it's your niece? What about all the other girls that you had known about from way before? I was looking at this whole entire show, and it looked like everyone was just dry snitching on themselves. It was dry. They were literally snitching on themselves, and I don't think that they want this to go to court, because if I was a judge, everyone who was saying they knew what was going on or they saw cases of what was going on, and you did not say something up to now, all of y'all getting arrested. You gonna
Okay, so I kind of agree with that. No, I kind of agree with that. Like, not to say that, R. Kelly is to blame, but also the people that knew
definitely to blame.
like what was going on and didn't speak up on it, they're also to blame.
They're all sickos. There was one lady.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, the one that really stood out to me, other than the lady who introduced her niece to him, the one that really stood out to me was this. I forgot what her name was, but just describing her, and anyone who watches the show will understand. So this grown lady ran into R. Kelly, and he treated her well the first 2 years, and then she had moved in. And she said when she moved in, she started realizing who she was, but she's still fucking with him. He introduces her to a little 16-year-old, and she's fine with that. Now, then she later finds out that the little girl is 14. Now, she's saying all of this with a straight face. You could see there's no sympathy in her eye about the little girl. She just found it a little weird. So she has sex in her head with a 16-year-old. Later finds out that the 16-year-old is 14 and still continues to have sex with the same 14-year-old in R. Kelly. You're a sicko.
100% agree.
100%. You're a fucking sicko.
100%.
And all the women in that little house that he was in, they all knew that shit too. They're all fucking sickos. They're all just chasing the bag. Now, the problem was, you could see it in her eye. She started crying, not when she was talking about the little girl or how R. Kelly used to hit her or he didn't feed her. She didn't give a fuck about that shit because she was getting paid. She started crying when she found out that R. Kelly and the girl plotted to kill her. People are selfish. They only think about themselves, which is understandable, but people have to understand that this wasn't some, R. Kelly's abducting people. No, R. Kelly was paying women, feeding them, housing them to live with him. Not the little girls, but grown women. Now I'm going into the ending of the series. Now I'm getting away from all the little girls because we already know that was wrong, and something needs to happen to him for the cause, for the drama, whatever he caused to little girls and their families. Something needs to happen to him for that. But let's move on to the grown ass women that were complaining at the end of the series. These women were 20, 19. You have a mind of your own at that age. I know you're still learning, you're still developing, people still consider you young, but you're an adult. Once you turn 18, you're an adult. Black men have realized that once you hit 18, we're an adult since we were 16. So let's just keep it how it is. When you're 18, you're a fucking adult. You can't complain and whine, he's treating me bad. If you're living with the man, you sign, you're getting paid, now you're signing NDAs, and now you want to come out and lie like he's some type of monster. People have been doing this for years. This is pimping without selling your hoes to another nigga. This is just being a big ass pimp. And people have been doing that for years. When they talked about the house that he was in, they said each woman had their own room. If you followed his rules, you got fed, and you were allowed to do what you wanted to do in the house. You just couldn't leave. Those were his rules. And he wasn't even living there. So half the time, he wasn't even there. So they was just chilling in his house, eating his shit, living off of him like leeches. And when he came, that's what it is.
But don't you feel like there's an abuse of power though by R. Kelly there?
For housing grown women who can leave whenever they want? No, I don't think so, because the only woman on this show that I can say is credible was the woman who didn't know what he was, moved into his house, saw what was going on, and she packed her bags and left. No one was holding them to gunpoint. These women could have left whenever they wanted. This was all, they were doing this for a check. So that's my point. He wasn't even there, so you could have been left. So all those grown women complaining, no.
So you're saying it's like they sucked the dick and got buyer's remorse. Like, they was doing it, and they were like, now after everything, it's like, whatever. So, Sebastian, I see what you're saying, that there's like...
And they're sickos, because they know they were around those girls, too. Yeah.
For sure. They're sickos,
You
but...
can't come on those series now complaining.
At the same time, I do see what Sebastian's saying, though, that, like, they could have been shooken up by what was happened and kind of scared to leave. Like, we were not in that exact situation, but I agree. When you look at it, and it's like, they still, I mean, you saw people leave. Like, you're right. They were not held to gunpoint. It's just a very terrible situation. And yeah, the women who are out here having sex also with these 14-year-olds too, because they were doing it too.
Sickos.
The sickos. I 100% agree. So, yeah, it's kind of like, yeah.
Now, for everyone who wants to be like, oh, you don't like black women, if anyone's listening and they're thinking I'm hating, no, it's not a black woman thing. It's any fucking woman who's going to degrade herself to now, from being a woman to now being a hoe. Because you see, we have women and now we have hoes. These are all hoes. I'm not talking about women. Any hoe, race, whatever you want to, whatever race you are, it don't matter. R. Kelly took them all. White, Hispanic, black, he didn't give a fuck. As long as you did what he said. Now, this has been going on for years with different men. It's not just R. Kelly. So if y'all gonna bash R. Kelly for having hoes, you need to bash every single fucking person with over $1 million, sometimes less than that, because there's regular degular niggas with a 9-to-5 job who have hoes and house more than one woman. What's y'all favorite fucking Playboy Mansion? Hugh. What was that? Except for one big ass R. Kelly trap house. I don't hear nobody talking about Playboy. That shit's still going on.
Yeah.
What about Dan Bilzerian? The favorite redneck shooter, gun boy.
I mean, but it goes
poker.
It goes all the way up to the,
what do you think
the White
that
House,
is?
though. If we were
Yeah,
talking about that, it goes all the way up to the White House.
Yeah.
President got hoes, Trump got hoes, Trump grabbing people pussy. What do you think this is? This has been going on. If you're gonna hate on R. Kelly for having hoes, then you have to hate on everyone for having hoes. You only have to hate on R. Kelly for being a pedophile. But that whole woman trying to get their check stuff, nah, fam. That's been going on. And you see, we use this whole, oh, he treats women bad thing, not just with R. Kelly. We do that to a bunch of famous people. I'm gonna name another example, Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby was out here raping people, though.
That was rapey, though. Like,
That was raping people. I mean, Kelly was raping people too. We have to
It was definitely rapey. But I want people to open their eyes. This happened 40 years ago, right?
No, this has been happening longer than we could even imagine, for sure.
Yeah, this is not something new. Bill Cosby wasn't doing this in his 70s. You think Bill Cosby out here like getting women? Bill Cosby wasn't doing this then.
Bill Cosby wasn't even walking.
Yeah, you went and ruined somebody's life from something they did 40 years ago.
No,
but that was the culture. That was the actual culture.
Well, no, it wasn't
actually
the culture.
doing this.
He was actually.
It was the culture.
People.
Look at anyone.
Was not the culture.
See, that's
raping people.
That's still
everything.
Raping people wasn't culture, but that's still alleged. The whole Bill Cosby thing, that's still alleged.
No, it's not. It's proven. They locked him up. He's in jail. It's not alleged.
He's in jail because of all the people who came out. But
yeah, but you can't go to jail and people just come out and say something. There's a trial. The trial took place. They found him guilty. The
trial is just based off of people's opinions that are no different from me and yours.
No, that's not what trials are based off of. Trials are based off of facts only. Let's not ever say that trials are based off of opinion. Opinion influences trials. But
we're not going to act like media and people's opinions don't influence trials.
No, they do. I'm not saying they do. What I'm saying, but R. Kelly was, not R. Kelly. Sorry, Bill Cosby was guilty. Like, they had proof. They had evidence. And when you have multiple. And I mean,
well, they had evidence on R. Kelly too, though.
Yeah, they have evidence on R. Kelly, and he went scot free. That's what I'm saying. This is my point. I'm not saying. I'm not trying to say. Right.
R.
When
Kelly
I
can
say
go
he went
scot-free, though.
scot-free, when I say he went scot-free, I mean he's still out here living his life. My point is not to try to.
Not only is he living his life, but when that whole series came out, when the recent series came out, he was trending on Apple Music. He was trending on Spotify. Like,
No, yeah, we
the
should.
man was still in his bag. People were still listening to his
the
shit.
point
Like,
was,
they was listening
like-
to his shit more often than not. You feel me? Like,
Exactly. When's the last time you listened to an R. Kelly song before this shit? Like, that's the point. And whoever, I forgot, I saw the person who made the docu-series, the shit, whatever, this Surviving R. Kelly shit, that was a money grab. That motherfucker wanted to make money. Because, as Terrell said, we all knew about this shit. Like, we all knew R. Kelly was out here pissing on 15-year-old girls and recording it. And we all knew that he was having bitches at his house, too, paying them to be there and stuff like that, treating them bad. But, like, this just seemed like a money grab to me. I don't give a fuck about R. Kelly. Fuck R. Kelly. Like, that's
My
it.
big
And
point is that
before 2018, 2019, I hadn't talked about R. Kelly in years.
exactly.
R. Kelly was forgotten for me because he was canceled. Like,
I hadn't thought about I Believe I Can Fly, Step in the Name of Love, Bump and Grind, all of those songs. I had never thought about that until this year. So he was gone. He was definitely gone. But my big point is not to. I understand that the people who committed the crime were 100% wrong, but at the same time, it takes two for things to happen. We need to look at what women, the men who, because it happened to both sexes, people that were taken advantage of. The women.
hell yeah, look at Kevin Spacey. He was doing little boys dirty.
yeah, facts.
This is not just about R. Kelly or Bill Cosby. This is about every wrong thing that's happening that has to do with this. The women and the men that are involved with the people committing the crimes, there's always kind of skeptical. Like, for example, Bill Cosby. What is a grown woman doing in a grown man's house upstairs in his bedroom past midnight drinking? What do you think? If I told that scenario to anyone, what do you think?
Yeah, but those
is going to occur?
problems. Yeah, no.
I'm just that's just an example. Yeah, that's an example. What is a grown ass woman doing living with 16 other women in a house, following some guy's rule, and you're all naked? What do you think is going on? And they're all getting paid and fed. What do you think is going on? Stuff like that.
Obviously.
Like,
yeah. When intents are known and everyone knows what's going on, it's obvious. But the thing and we know that that's fine. Like, not to say fine, but we know that it's not
that
illegal. Those things aren't crimes, and that shit happens. That if you're upstairs with someone and you chose to go upstairs with them and you said yes to grab a drink with them, you know what's implied, right? But, no still means no, but you know what's implied in those scenarios. But there's a difference when R. Kelly's out here making sex tapes with 15-year-olds and peeing on them, and Bill Cosby is out here drugging women's drinks and taking them back and fucking them while they're drugged up. Like, those are the issues. And it's not just those two, as you said. It's like the system. It's guys in general. Not saying that every guy, because we're not fucking rapists, but, like, it's just the system in general. We, as a collective, have to do better to teach people not to do these things, even though it's crazy. But yeah, we need to teach people against this stuff, and we need to understand what's happening. But yeah,
not just guys too, man. Women have to speak up. Yeah. Women have to talk to each other. Women have to tell each other, "Hey, yo, look, this happened to me. I don't think you should be doing that. This is what can happen." Everyone has to speak up. But let's dive away from R. Kelly now that we said what we felt. But let's dive into how it's affecting other people. There's a lot, like, we're coming for a lot of people for stuff that I don't think anybody should be at fault for. People are coming for Jay-Z, people coming for John, people coming for, who were some of the people who worked with Rockefeller that they were trying to come for? They're trying to come for a lot of people, man. I hear people trying to re-cancel Chris, like, people who worked with R. Kelly, you think, like, they didn't actually know him? Like, I was telling Danny the other day, you could have a song with someone and you've never seen them ever. You've never met in person.
You can have a professional relationship with somebody and not know their personal business. I feel you.
Exactly. No, and that's the line too, because even when we were talking about this, like, Rockefeller, like, they fucking canceled R. Kelly, like, after all that shit came out. Like,
They pepper
during
sprayed
the
him.
cases, yeah, they fucking pepper sprayed him. Like, during the cases, like, they were like, oh, shit, we'll see. But then after they found all this shit out and all this shit got leaked, they were like, hell no, get the fuck away from us. So, and this whole Chris Brown stuff, like, that's in the past. What Chris Brown did was wrong, but if we look at it, I'm pretty sure he had bruises and shit from Rihanna, too. That was a toxic relationship when you
Not as bad, bro. Look up the pictures of Rihanna. For a guy to do that. Yeah.
No, it's super fucked up. But what I'm saying, and yeah, what he did is completely 100% wrong. But like,
all forgiven. Like, people can
yeah,
grow.
yeah,
Like,
it's
relax.
forgiven. It's growth. Yeah, I think that
There was also
bringing it
rumors
back
that
up
she
is weird.
gave him an STD, and that was a part of the reason why they were fighting.
I mean, yeah, there's but there's
That's
also
a rumor,
rumors
though.
what happened.
That's a rumor,
Yeah, it's just
That's
a
a big
what happened.
rumor. But if that has any type of substance behind it, but okay.
I know this man is crazy. He's fucking stupid.
But all right, let's move away from that, man. Let's get into Nicki, bro. Is Nicki done?
Yeah, for sure. She has to be done.
Nicki had a great career though.
I
She
mean,
did have a
early,
good career.
yeah.
It feels like female rappers never never last long. Like, they always doing something.
Nicki a vet though.
No,
Nicki
She
been
is
around
a
for while.
vet, but for
But
some
yeah.
reason their career always crashes. Female rappers' career, unless they fizzle out and they fade, female rappers' careers always crash weird. Like, there's always some type of like, damn, she's doing the most.
Yeah, no, and for sure, that's the thing with Nicki, because...
Well, you could say that about a lot of rappers, not just female.
yeah, not just female rappers, but I understand if, like, you
But we
can't
tend
name, like,
to
one female
we tend to
rapper.
not forgive. Yeah, we tend to not forgive the female rappers.
Yeah,
We always
it's not
remember
even
the
forget.
drama.
We might just, like, not even about drama, it might just be, like, we don't even fuck with them just musically anymore. Because back in 2010, it didn't matter who you were. If you was listening to Nicki Minaj, it was, like, you know, okay, it don't matter. She raps, everyone fucks with her. And then as of like 2014, Nicki just rapped about the same stuff, sounding the same on every track, and
Her
I didn't
pussy
want to
good.
hear it. Yeah, I didn't want to hear that shit. I didn't want to hear it. So like, and yeah, there's no one female rapper that you could put in the ranks of like Jay-Z, not just based off like the amount of work they put in, the consistency. I do think there's a couple upcoming females that are like that I think will last long. Because they're
CARDI,
legitimately good at rapping.
No name, bro.
No name for sure. Rhapsody for sure. Like, they're fire. And No Name really spits. So, yeah.
Who do you think is, how do I word this correctly? What female rappers now still have relevance or are still at the top with Nicki?
Is Nicki even at the top?
I mean,
Or
Cardi's
on
at
their-
the top.
or on
If we're-
their way
if
to
we're-
the top.
Listen, they're all rappers. They're not just female rappers. They're all rappers. And Cardi has made like an imprint, not just like in the quote
Yeah,
like
she's not
female,
just a female
rap
rapper.
game.
Cardi-
She's like
Cardi-
made waves in the rap game. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, she's got pull, bro. She's got influence now.
Yeah, so Cardi's for sure up there. Not as just one of the biggest female rappers. She was one of the biggest rappers. Like, just success-wise right now, these past 2 years, she has been balling. Like, it doesn't matter what she's, like, if she's female, it doesn't matter.
She definitely created a wave. She birthed City Girls. She birthed people like Bad Bobby. I'm saying Bobby. I know it's Baby, but there's an H there. So I'm going to take that H and I'm going to say Bobby.
Yeah, Cardi's for sure. She's just up there as a rapper. Like, I don't think she's one of the best rappers right now. I just think she's big, and she's not bad, obviously. Like, I do think the other two, No Name and Rhapsody, that we brought up, I think they're like very.
Shit, I even like Raven Lenae is fire,
Raven
too.
Lenae is
She's not
fire.
really a rapper.
And she
but,
sings. She
you know.
does that sing rap. You know, like you got the beats, but yeah, like she's fire. Like there's a lot of fire females that are like. When I listen to them, I like them more than so many guys that I hear on tracks. I'm like, damn, like you are legitimately just great at this. So yeah, and we look at it. Everyone who we say, all right, who's like the greatest female? Oh wait, we did not. We need to put some respect on on Lauryn Hill's name, even though she only dropped one album, but she had few G's.
Facts.
And we need to put respect on her name, and we need to put respect on Missy Elliott's name, and for sure those two. Even if you want to put respect on Lil' Kim's name, you got to put respect on Lil' Kim's name. So, but definitely they're not as giant as the other heavyweights, but I do think that we look at female rappers differently just because they're female, and it's wrong. It's wrong for us to do it, but
rap has a history of being more like, or hip hop in general, has just been like misogynistic for a long time.
100%. And it's definitely, we all have to look at it like, because even we're saying it now, we keep saying female rapper, but it's
shit. Let's not blame rap. The fucking culture has been misogynistic for a long time.
Yeah, no, it is.
No, the entire
world
culture. Yeah, not just the entire world, Sebastian. You're right.
Humanity in general, bro. Just
we
misogynistic as fuck.
Exactly. So,
since we talking about
the women their dues.
since we're talking about female artists, you already know the baddest female artists out there. Rihanna dropping the album.
I mean, Rihanna, yeah, like she's got her. Like, I just don't know if I really like her music as much as as people say they do. I don't know. I'm not that big a fan of her music.
Really?
Yeah, like she makes good songs. She's got bangers and she's got a good catalog. But
yeah, she definitely has a great catalog. But I don't have Rihanna on my
and she's
playlist.
a great performer. She's a great performer too. Like live, amazing. But I don't know if I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna listen to a Rihanna album today.
I'm not gonna listen to it the night it comes out, but I'll listen to it.
I'll listen to like a few songs here and there, but
I think artists like Rihanna and Beyonce, I definitely listen to the project once a very good time, and then I enjoy watching them live. I enjoy their performances, hearing them every now and then on the radio. That's what I really enjoy from them.
Yeah, because of course, and that's definitely Rihanna's music for me really just isn't up my alley. Like,
shout out to the Navy.
It's like, it's not really my taste in music, but she obviously makes great music, and she's been on top for such a long time. And it's not that I do want to hear her album, because she hasn't dropped an album in a long time. It's just different. So like, and that's what we're saying. If you put a smaller artist, I'd definitely be more excited to hear a Raven Lenae project, even though she's nowhere near as big as Rihanna, just because that's the style I like more. But for sure, I am excited for it though, because you know she's gonna dominate the charts, and Rihanna is unstoppable when she's rolling with her music, because you can't turn on the radio without listening to her if she just dropped an album.
All right, so Rihanna's album is coming out soon. There's rumors, and I don't believe they're rumors anymore. I believe it's actually happening. Offset's going to be dropping his album this year, and it's supposed to be better than the last one, because I think he caught some lash from his last album, because I think the last album, yeah, it was definitely worse. I think Takeoff had the best album out of all of the Migos last year. I think Takeoff's album was the best one. So he caught some lash from that. So he's supposed to be coming out with a banger this year. We're waiting on that. What do you guys think of the Migos musically and in this rap era?
In all honesty, I mean, not that they helped birth styles, I guess, like that Atlanta style back in like 2012, 2013, but I haven't been looking forward to anything as of After Culture 1. I don't know, it just dropped off for me. Like,
so you're not giving Migos the credit for starting the Atlanta wave?
No, I mean, I don't think they started.
The Atlanta wave did not start with Migos, bro. The Atlanta wave started way before Migos. Yeah, that started with.
You're not giving them credit for at least reviving it.
Even T.I.
Reviving what, bro? T.I. Like, yeah.
T.I. made an album called Trap Music. Like, I understand, like, more new school, but I'll give more credit to Young Thug and Future for the new school Atlanta. I'll give more credit to them.
What I will give them is that, you know, they repopularized, or they ad-libbing. Like, ad-libbing, pre-Migos was almost non-existent at one point.
Oh, yeah. For sure. But musically, the last album was lazy as hell. Like, I'm not listening to 24 songs of you doing the same 3 ad-libs the entire song.
Yeah,
I just don't want to listen to that.
The last one was definitely just I feel like the last one was the works from the first one that didn't go through, and then they
some
made
more
them better.
acting. Yeah. Just like, all right, let's do this, because it just didn't even sound like they were putting effort in the songs. And same thing for the individual albums. The Quavo album, I felt like there was no effort in there. And he even like recorded songs like a week before it came out. He was just putting out a project to put out the project, not really. But
do we care about Trippie Redd working with Migos? I mean, I don't.
Nah, I mean, I'm not gonna say nah, but I don't really listen to Trippie like that. So.
I mean, my friends, when I'm in the car, they love playing Trippie Redd, and they still love playing Migos too. But I guess we'll see when it comes. We'll see if they put out something good together that I could actually listen to. But I don't expect them to put anything great out.
Kudos to CARDI and Offset, getting back together. They're actually back together now, and they are doing it right. Hopefully they can keep their relationship private and out of the public, as it should have been from the start.
Yeah, that's the problem too.
Yeah.
Every relationship should be private. That's the problem, is that when people tell CARDI, "Oh, you're dumb," if you're taking them back, people tell Offset what he should be doing. Get out of their lives, bro.
You don't need nobody speaking on anybody's relationship. Like, that's not your business.
100%.
So I remember last podcast we were trying to figure out where the fuck the Chris Brown that beat came from. Bro, this shit came off of Spyro. I turned on Spyro the other day and I was playing one of the worlds, and that was that beat. So the Chris Brown beat that he made last week is right off of Spyro. Yeah,
I never played Spyro, so I don't even know, bro.
Spyro Fire. Spyro's a PlayStation.
That's a PlayStation game, though. Yeah, I never had a PlayStation.
Yeah. What do you think about the Chris Brown, Joyner Lucas stuff, though? The Chris Brown, Joyner Lucas work, they're putting it together. They're dropping a collab album, aren't they?
But I didn't hear about that. I heard that Drake and Chris Brown were doing something too. He's working with everybody.
It's Chris Brown.
No, for real,
right now. Yeah.
Drake and Chris Brown work together. Yeah. So damn, Chris Brown really doing stuff.
And Chris Brown also has a collab album with Ray J supposed to come out. Don't think I'll ever forget that. I'm gonna need that as soon as possible. I'm gonna need that. I'm not even joking. This shouldn't even be funny. I don't know why y'all laughing. We need the Ray J. I need Ray J in my life right now, bro. Because that's a certified legend. No scandals.
I think I watched that the Buddy Eyes video probably like once a week at least.
Oh, the Bunny Eyes, yeah. I need to get those frames. They're only $30. Shout out to Bunny Eyes.
Is it Bunny Eyes or Buddy Eyes? I think it's Buddy Eyes.
Bunny.
It's Bunny Eyes?
Yeah.
Bunny with an N down.
Yeah.
The two
N. Yeah.
If Ray J and Chris drop some fire, Kanye, you better be ready. We coming for you,
yeah,
man.
Facts. We ready.
The memes, boy. Twitter about to light your ass up again.
We need the Ray J.
All right, what you think about 6ix9ine flexing his new girl from prison, his old girl, his baby mama mad? I think that's hilarious.
I can't.
6ix9ine not gone for the internet, and that's what I love.
Yeah. I think that's hilarious. I don't think that women quite understand men. You're his baby mama. You're not his wife. You're not his girl. If a man does not put a title on you, don't expect nothing from him.
I mean, I can't escape the Instagram Explore page without seeing something about his girl or him and his new girl, or something academic said about him and his girl or his baby mama, whatever. Like, I don't really think anything about it. I think the man's in prison, and he somehow just got a new girlfriend while he's in prison. So,
but his baby mama got a new guy, so what's she complaining about?
Yeah, no, but that's just drama. Just a bunch of stupid-ass drama that all I care about is seeing when 6ix9ine gets out, because I kind of miss him.
Because it's 6ix9ine this and 6ix9ine that. But women, yes, for real, that this is a major key. If you don't have a title, don't invest. Because that
you're not going to win. You're not going to
win. Yeah, you're definitely not.
Title. Yeah, that's a losing situation. And it's not that, because I do know some stuff about the relationship. I know that they were together for a long ass time, like beforehand. But if y'all broke up and he's with someone else and you're with someone else, I don't get why it's big. It just doesn't make sense to me. I know you have a daughter together, but you both are with other people, so I don't get it.
Who knows, man? What do you guys think about Tory? Like, what do you guys really think about Tory Lanez? Like, I don't want your opinion on what he's been doing. What do you really think about him?
I like some of his music. I'm not gonna say I'm a fan, but I respect his grind.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen his freestyles. I think he could rap. I know he's also a singer too. He does like some R&B stuff too. I've heard a lot of his features. I'm not really that deep into his music. I think I may have heard like one song off of the last project he dropped. But I do respect that. I think he's talented. He's super talented. I don't know. It's not enough to like pull me in, but I don't think he's a scrub or anything. I think he's really good at rapping, and he's good at making R&B music. Not anything up my alley particularly, but I do think that he's talented as shit.
I think a lot of people don't realize that making songs where you sing, like R&B songs, making songs like that is actually it takes lyrical talent, because you have to blend words and write in certain places. Like you just can't come out and just start singing. It has to,
the melody. Yeah. You need to really find a good melody. It's so much harder.
You have to sit there. Yeah,
it's not just motherfucker singing. Yeah,
yeah, it's just not someone singing. So they're lyrically putting in work. So I think people are caught off guard sometimes when the singing nigga comes out and he can rap and the shit sounds good. Don't sleep on the singing people.
Yeah, no, that's the same thing.
That's like Bryson Tiller.
Yeah, Bryson Tiller and Black. Both of them. They could rap their ass off and sing their ass off. Like,
but I thought Chris taught us this a while ago.
Yeah,
y'all just don't. Yeah, y'all don't remember.
Wait, Ray J,
people forget
too in these streets. Yeah. Wait, singers have been rapping for the longest, so like, and there's some people who are really good at both, like Tory, like Bryson, like Black, and like Chris, and even Ray J. So like, we shouldn't even be surprised.
Ray J coming for you, Kanye.
Yeah, Ray J coming. He's on the way.
You know where you live. They let him in the Calabasas too. He friends with Drake. Bet.
The thing is, Ray J has LA on lockdown.
Oh, Drake should make a track with Ray J.
Nah, bro.
That would have that actually would have made me care. That made me would have been like, all right, Drake won.
Have Ray J outside the house. So, but
Ray J
going back to Tory,
that bullshit though.
Ray J trying to make money. You see Ray J in his glasses.
Yeah, Ray J makes
Ray
money.
J on the come up.
Facts.
Going back to Tory. Tory's been branching himself out lately, though. He's been diving into his rap crowd. Now that he sees that people are like, oh shit, you can rap. He's been doing work. He did I think the best song of this week was the song he did with Bad Baby. Bad Baby and Tory. It's her song, but it actually slapped. It was pretty good.
You know the thing?
I like the. What's up?
I like Bad Baby.
So do I.
She's a good rapper.
She's fine.
Nah, I really like her.
I like City Girls. I really like City Girls. City Girls.
You like City Girls?
Yo, they got this accent that is just like, ooh.
They're
like
from
the way
Miami.
they say pieces.
They're from here.
Yo, they say pieces real funny. Pieces.
Yo, they from Overtown.
What's the song that they have with they're basically doing like background singing and ad libs with I think it's Quavo.
I don't know that song. All I know is that
we have to look it up. You see, this is why we need an intern.
All I know is that they're from 10 minutes away, so shout out to them.
Shout out to City Girls. Shit, this is the Florida Sound. Shout out City Girls. I rep City Girls.
City Girls.
Yeah, fuck out of here. Overtown, 305. Where you stop at a red light and get shot.
Oh my god, bro.
Nah, they are from the hood. Shout out to them though.
No, that's for real. Remember when I used to work at the that call center? Buddy who sat next to me, he's driving his Mustang at Overtown, and somebody broke his window, shot him. He reached in his glove compartment. He shot that nigga. He pulled off, and he went straight to the hospital. And he told everyone what happened. And that's some normal day shit.
Yeah, they just
he drove himself to the hospital
bro.
with 2 bullet wounds in his leg. Yeah, shout out to him. I forgot what his name is, but he was mad cool. He bought me lunch one day.
Shout out to Overtown. Shout out to Miami.
Shout out Overtown.
Yeah, shout out Miami.
Shout out Opalaka, bro.
Shout out Opalaka. Opalaka is different. We all know
Opalaka is
so
different.
That's a different world over there. Shout out Opalaka.
Yo, so speaking of Florida and speaking on this podcast, I'm really proud of what we've been doing, man. We're getting our follower base up. We're being consistent. We're actually dropping real content. You know, I listened to a whole bunch of different podcasts and talk shows. There's some stuff that we've said that they're now just getting to, or they say a week later. So we're actually on top of things. We're actually doing really good. We also got our first interview today with a local comedian from Miami. So we're doing big things, man. We're doing big things. I'm proud of the podcast, proud of everyone. You guys will be able to hear the interview. We'll drop it. It'll all be done and all be edited. We'll drop it on Wednesday. So tune in for that interview. It's the comedian's name is King D. He's originally from Haiti. Stop by say, you know what's up. You know, I'm coming for that soup jumu and that leg game. Fuck with me. But yeah, so he's from Haiti. He moved out here. He went to school. He always said he found being funny was like his gift, because that's all he did in school was make people laugh. And he's not just a comedian. He likes creating videos and taking pictures and art. So he's really talented. But all of this talent is from Florida, man. We have to home grow it. We have to partner with people from Florida and try to make everyone grow.
No, you know, we just gotta support our neighbors, support people.
Facts. Let's also support each other here.
This a new year, this 2019. If you're not with the support of your friends, your neighbors, and your family, you're not with us then. Hop off the team.
Facts. We rising up as a community over here.
All right, let's go to Dr.DRE, man. Everything Dr.DRE does, he seems to do it with a very keen eye. Nothing Dr.DRE does is a failure.
He's a very calculated person.
Yeah, very calculated person. I definitely agree with that. So we're going to speak on YB and Cordae and Dr.DRE. What are you guys' opinions on that?
YB and Cordae could rap, and Dr.DRE knows that. I don't think, anytime Dr.DRE gives out a cosign, you know that person's talented. That person really is not just oh, he can rap well. No, that person, he raps better than well. YB and Cordae raps better than well. The only thing I need from YB and Cordae is a project, which I'm sure is coming. I'm sure it's on the way. And I want substance.
It's probably ready already. My thing is, Dr.DRE ain't gonna sign nobody that doesn't already have work put in.
Yeah, that doesn't have something to show him. You need to show him something. You're not coming to him with a track and being you want to shout me out on this video? No, it's facts. I know he has something. I just need it to be substance there. Because I've heard his interviews and I've seen him talk, because he only has a couple of tracks out. He says he wants to be the best. His favorite rapper is Kendrick, I think. He really does want to be up in that tier, so I'm excited to see the type of project he puts out, for sure.
Now, myself, I've never listened to YB and Cordae in my life until today, and I just listened to a minute, and I was like, oh, he can rap. So now I know what I'm going to be doing after this podcast. I'm going to go ahead and check him out. The other YBN I listened to, the only other one was the one, what's his name? YBN Namir or Namir? Okay, I said it right. Yeah. That SpongeBob little thing he did. Okay, that was a little fire. But no, YB and Cordae could really rap. I'm glad that someone noticed him and someone picked him out. Hopefully.
Yeah, I think out of all there's 3 in YBN. I think he's my favorite one, because there's Cordae, Namir, and Almighty J, and I definitely think that Cordae is above both of those guys. But I think the other 2 could rap as well. I just think that Cordae is that extra level.
Right. What do you guys think about Roddy Ricch? I feel like I was late learning about him.
I love Roddy Ricch.
I'm still getting put on to him, so I heard a little bit from him. I just know he's got a lot of Young Thug influence, a lot of Future influence, New Atlanta influence.
And comes in that Compton too. Yeah, but coming.
Yeah, it's weird because he's a Compton rapper, but his sound is not really West Coast.
Yeah, it's definitely not West Coast. He definitely has that new school Atlanta sound, but his lyrics though, his sound really represents Atlanta, which is where he was born, even though he grew up in Compton. But his lyrics, if you listen to them, he really does represent Compton well too, because it was academics who said that whack ass shit. I think y'all remember the video. A lot of people rap from their chest through their mouth. He was rapping from his heart. Y'all remember that?
No, actually,
I don't remember that.
So they were talking about Roddy Ricch, and he said some cordy ass shit talking about that people rap from their chest or from their lungs. Roddy Ricch rapped from his heart. It was kind of cordy, but I get what he was saying. You do hear it in his voice, in his inflections, and the way he carries out the track. That he really is. He means what he says, and he's kind of painting a picture. He is painting a picture of where he's from in Compton, and just this Atlanta style, which I find really cool, really interesting. So I do fuck with Roddy Ricch a lot.
I think that's more that's like a sign of how rap has grown as a genre. Like, not everything is all localized now. The sounds aren't, based in a region. The sounds can grow into different regions now, which I think is really cool. Seeing how they're all going to mix together. You're going to get West Coast and Atlanta. You get, New York boom bap and some, Southern style music put together, and it'll be different.
Exactly. And
that's how the rap evolution is going to go.
Because if you look at someone like who I think is the best rapper in the game and who's my favorite rapper, you look at Kendrick and you ask him who his favorite rappers are, he's going to give you Jay-Z, Pac, Biggie. He's from L.A., and he just named people from New York, L.A., it doesn't matter. He's naming people, and Snoop, so another L.A., but he has influence from New York and L.A. heavy. And now that Atlanta's stepping up as a big hip-hop city, they're going to start influencing artists. It doesn't matter where they're from. So, yeah, it's for sure a good thing. And we're about to start hearing a bunch of different sounds from different places, too, that I'm really excited for. I think it's really cool what's happening right now.
All right, we're gonna pause real quick. We have our corporate side. So today's episode is brought to you by the Florida Athletic fan page. We're gonna go ahead and shout out FSU. They had a game against UM. Shout out to UM 305 all day, every day. Better than FSU in any way, every way. But FSU did win 68-62. They defeated Miami UM basketball team. Shout out to Likes, number 0, their guard. He had 17 points leading the wave. Shout out to Chipotle. Chipotle will be... We will be doing a raffle next week for a Chipotle $25 gift card. Shout out to Chipotle. Tune in next week to hear more about the raffle. We also do have a $50 raffle going on right now. If you check us out on IG or you look into the links after this podcast in the description, there'll be instructions on how you can enter into that $50 raffle. All right, back into the podcast. What do you guys think about the way now that I think it's been going on for a while, but it's really becoming popular now? How people are creating albums just based for movies,
like the Black Panther soundtrack and stuff like that, and
stuff like that.
Thing. Mm-hmm. I like it. I like that they're getting individual artists to do it now. Because it used to be, I remember when The Great Gatsby came out, 2013, something like that, they had the soundtrack, and it was just a bunch of random songs they asked from artists. So now I think with getting a specific artist to direct it, everything sounds much more cohesive, and the songs actually go together. And we talked about it on our first podcast. I think that Black Panther album was like basically in all our top 3 albums of the years. Like, we all love that album. So, yeah, I think
I bring it up this podcast to talk about the Spider-Man movie. I went ahead and I watched the Spider-Man movie, and I had listened to the album for it. before the movie came out, and I was kind of like, what is this? Like, like, it really don't make no sense. Like, it's not put together. But watching the movie, the album blended into the movie almost perfectly, and I vibed.
You're talking about Into the Spider-Verse, right? The animated one?
Right. Yeah, Into the Spider-Verse. The album blended in so well with the movie that now...
Whoa. T,
Hello?
I hear you.
Hold on real quick. Yeah, my bad,
Yeah.
guys. There we go. Yeah, but I was saying, the album blended in really well with the movie. Every song that I heard on the album made me like feel some type of way. So go ahead and check out Into the Spider-Verse. It was a really good movie, and it was a really good album. It was a storytelling album. It was more of a in the feel, in the moment type of album. But I really like that now people are getting recognition and getting work and are being like paid, and they're getting their name out there from big companies to produce albums. I think that's a good way for the hip hop community.
Yeah, and it's definitely even a next step for the hip hop community, because a lot of rappers are now getting bigger, because, well, not just getting bigger, but they're expanding to things that rappers wouldn't have been doing 10 years ago or 20 years ago. Like, I couldn't imagine someone telling Nelly to make a soundtrack for this shit if this is, 10 years ago. But it's definitely something that should be happening, though, because I'm just happy to see the growth in hip-hop in general, that you're looking at hip-hop artists not as like, oh, that's a rapper. That is one of the biggest artists in the world, and we want him doing this for our company. So I think it's definitely good for hip-hop in general.
Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about before, we start wrapping up the show? I don't want to keep people here too long.
Let's talk some sports, baby. We saw the Patriots win today.
Oh my God!
Duke and FSU played a really well played close game.
Oh yeah,
this weekend it was really good, bro. And the finish was incredible.
Game winner.
Fuck
yeah.
that.
Damn, why you gotta come at him? You just mad because we win.
I'm a Dolphin fan.
It's okay. I just want everyone to know that cliff that Tom Brady was supposed to fall off, he ain't fall off no cliff. He ain't fall off no goddamn cliff. Oh man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good going to Kansas City.
Brady's definitely a fucking dynasty. I think Brady needs to. Once Brady retires, he's going down as the best QB in the fucking NFL, and it's going to be very hard to top him.
He is the best.
Yeah, he already is the best QB in the NFL, but it's going to be very hard for anyone in the future to even come close to him.
Yeah, with the dominance. This is the Patriots' 8th straight AFC Championship game. 8th straight.
Ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. That's domination.
But if we're being honest, I've never seen anybody do more with the football than Pat Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes is insane. I love Pat Mahomes.
Cat can throw.
Pat Mahomes.
And Baker Mayfield, bro. Baker Mayfield yeah, they're gunslinging.
Definitely the future. I'm so happy that the NFL got those two, because it's going to definitely make football more interesting for me. After, Brady retires, having those two in there, for sure.
You see, I kind of fell off the NFL though, because
I did too.
Because I thought the NFL was canceled.
I mean, the thing is, if you cancel the NFL, you're really canceling all these players at the same time too, which isn't that fair.
You're right.
Think about it. It's like these players still got to make money. And a majority of these players, the NFL doesn't do anything like that the NBA does with social, cause and stuff like that. But we still need to support
it's like they don't care.
The players help. Yeah, I mean, we need to just do it to support the players, and it's still fuck the NFL. But yeah, I mean,
You think the NFL realizes the shit that they've done and are trying to prepare themselves?
They don't care, though. That's the problem. The problem is they don't care. They can realize, but they won't care.
I mean, I think they'll care enough to, stop doing something if it's, taking away money from them, because they've shut up about it. What's the last thing you've heard about the NFL? If you look at
what's their fan base mostly comprised of, though? Their fan base is not necessarily the most progressive fan base in sports.
Oh,
they're not the NBA. You feel me? They're not they're not taking steps forward. They're not taking action like that. They're a more conservative fan base, so they really don't. They can realize it and they can like take note, but I don't think there's going to be sufficient action taken by, by the higher ups, by the suits,
by the owners, and by Goodell. No, I for sure don't think they're do anything. I just think that as of right now, let's just support these players. But I'm so certain within 5 years, I'm probably not going to be watching football, so it doesn't really matter. But
what do you guys think of CARDI turning them down and then Trav accepting it?
I mean, Trav made them. He said it's in the contract that if they wanted him to perform, they have to make a giant donation to a foundation of his choosing. So
that's a Jay-Z move.
Trav. Yeah, Jay-Z told Trav not to do it, and then I'm pretty sure they talked about it, and Trav was like, yo, it's a lot of money, but I'll get them to do something positive out of it. So shout out to Trav for doing that.
But Jay did almost the same thing a couple years back, where he wasn't really gonna perform, but then something happened.
Beyonce she headlined the Super Bowl halftime show.
Same thing, yeah, where they weren't really gonna perform, but then they had not Jay-Z, but they had whoever he was performing for. He had them put all of the money that he was supposed to make. You know how they get the 25% cut. He put 100% into his own personal charity. So I think that's a good move.
Oh yeah,
for Trav.
Sure. It's definitely the right move too. I'm not mad at it. But yeah.
But some other honorable mentions this week before we tune out. KHALID dropped a remix to Saturday Nights. It was really good.
KHALID.
KHALID.
Motherfucker gonna snap it.
I mean, when I see Khalid's name, I think of KHALID, so it just roll off my tongue. Lil Wayne did a remix to Imagine Dragons song, which made me realize that Lil Wayne had a whole entire part of his career just delving into rock. Yeah.
He's versatile. Lil Wayne
it actually sounds
he's
really
so
good.
much more versatile than people give him credit for.
Yeah, we're not gonna pretend that drop it on your head. What was it? I'm gonna pick the world up and I'm gonna drop it on your fucking
Drop the world.
Everyone, drop the world. Everyone was singing that song. Everyone knows that song's a banger. We're not gonna pretend it's not. Shout out to Lil Wayne's rock career.
I'm definitely looking forward to every Lil Wayne project that's coming out this year.
Well, I'm hoping a bunch of let's look forward to this Florida projects like Ski Mask. Let's hope he drops something this year.
Yeah,
I don't know who else coming out of Florida. Denzel, I hope he have a good year.
Yeah, for sure.
All the Florida rappers, all the boys,
All the Florida rappers. Speaking of the Florida rappers, if there's any artist, you don't even have to be a rapper, any type of art, you're trying to get your name out and you listen to this podcast and you want to come on, you want to do an interview, you want to get shouted out, just hit us up and we'll talk to you.
For sure.
Yeah, that's about it, man. Glad to hear from you guys. To our fans, thank you for listening. Shout out to everyone that's listening, everyone that gives their support. Please keep giving it. Please tell people about the podcast. The more this grows, the better content you guys will have. Yeah.
For real. Shout out Florida.
We out. All right, we can talk freely. I'm just going to edit, whatever happens from now on.
For sure.